Om Shanti and greetings of peace. It's always a pleasure to welcome all of you for our weekly session. Tonight's session is no exception. It is a beautiful topic, the topic of God's heart. The heart represents the central wisdom of feeling. Of course, we know the heart is that which pumps blood, but when we use this metaphor, love from the heart or from the depth of my heart, the heart we are talking about is the heart that represents the central wisdom of feelings. While, of course, the head represents wisdom of reasoning. Heart, feelings, head, reasoning. The heart is where we carry or express compassion and understanding. It is a symbol for love. It is often known as the seat of emotions. The heart is synonymous with affection. What is the function of a spiritual heart? Of course, the physical heart supplies blood to the body, whilst the spiritual heart nourishes the soul, supplying wisdom and spiritual light. What is it that every soul seeks from childhood until death? Even a child without understanding desires to experience love in life. Life without love is a life without hope or sweetness. God's love is available to all souls. And when we receive that love and we experience that love, is there anything greater than that? There's a saying, love is the world, love is light. And if there isn't love, then it is as if the soul is without life, without a world. When we receive love, God's love, we receive the world. There's a saying, having found the Father, we have found everything. The earth, the sky, all belong to us. And relating to God's love, talking about God's love, or God's heart. There's a saying, if all the heavens were parchment, if all the trees were pen, if all the seas were ink, and if every creature were a scribe, they will not suffice to expound the greatness of God, the greatness of God's love. And if God doesn't love us, whom does he love if not us? We all seek love from a baby. Between birth and death, what happens? We are desperate for the experience of true, nourishing love. So we invest our heart in relationships with great trust and sincerity. Inevitably, that which we love will leave us, whether due to change, conflict, or death. And we find ourselves again and again investing our heart, and the same thing happens. So this process of loss leaves deep scars of fear, of insecurity, so that as life progresses, I put big barriers around my heart. There's a sign on my heart that reads, stop, no admittance beyond this point. Isn't it interesting? I want nothing more than the experience of love. But I created so many barriers to stop it. Sometimes the love we offer or receive is conditional. The sort of love that has a business contract. I will love you, but you must behave in the way I want. Otherwise, my love stops. These polluted forms of love have made heart disease a major problem in the world today. Heart disease is one of the major illnesses in the world today. There is love, but it is often not the quality needed. There is love in the world, but it is not often not the quality needed to cure the heart disease so evident. So since God's love is unlimited, unconditional, pure, authentic, has no expectation, no desire. His love is altruistic, not wanting or expecting anything in return. Why is it that God's highest creation remain seekers of love? What is the prerequisite? What is the prerequisite to sit in God's heart, to sit on God's heart throne? Who are the ones who can receive God's love? Who are the ones who are sustained by God's love? Just like the sun radiate and provide warmth, light for all who turn to face it, God's love is available for everyone. He does not give one and not the other, or one less or the other more. But why is it some souls in the world lack love, even though God's love is available and it is for all? The ocean is giving, but the one who receive according to capacity. So love is available, but it is for me to take as much as I am capable of. So the giver is the same. The amount that is given is the same, but the one who has to take it, who has to accept it, can only accept according to their capacity. So what does it take to receive God's love? The souls who have a healthy, happy, and contented heart. So let's do a heart checkup. Today we are going to do a heart maintenance, a heart checkup, a heart surgery, all that is required to take capacity from God, the ocean of love. So how much love reaches my heart at any given moment? Do I become barriers? Do I put up walls so that love does not penetrate deep within the core of the being? How much love reaches my heart? Naturally, the less that goes in is the less that will come out. So how do I test the love flow in my own heart? How can I know that the love, just like you do a blood test and you do a heart test to see whether there's any blockages in the heart? So how do I test the love flow in my own heart? The sign of love reaching my heart is that I remain content with myself, also with others. Pure love dissolves any desire for recognition and respect. Pure love will also replace arrogance with humility. So if I am experiencing contentment within myself, if there is no desire for recognition and respect, it means love is reaching my heart and I am satisfied, contented. And so there is no need to be arrogant. Instead, I remain deeply humble, receiving God's love. Pure love will be so fulfilling that my natural response is to share that love with others. I wouldn't even feel empty. So how healthy is my heart? Is it full of love? Can it accommodate many others? The heart needs 3 types of love to become completely healthy. So sometimes to keep the heart healthy, heart surgery is required to begin the flow of love. The first open heart surgery required for the physical as well as the spiritual heart to function well. I have to always open my own heart to receive love. We all know the ingredients of a good relationship is respect, trust, honesty, openness, care, compassion, and the list goes on. So have I done the open heart surgery on my own heart? How do I treat myself? Do I lovingly care for my own heart? That is my own feelings, my own mind, my own emotions. How do I lovingly treat or care for my own heart? Or do I put myself down, beat myself, and undervalue myself? This self-abusive behavior seems to be at the core of many one who experiences pain, emotional pain. The reason they have not been able to lovingly care themselves. They have put themselves down. So this is why there is emotional pain in the heart. We all want to be self-loving, but why is it so hard sometimes? What's the reason? We are educated to try and love an image. We are educated, we are trained, the world has trained us to look and love an image. So, what's the criteria for love? Am I attractive? Am I intelligent? And am I successful? I am trying to love the very barriers and facade I have built around my own heart. So we all know physical love, loving someone because of their body, because of their physical beauty, because of their status. We all know that they are barriers of love. We know that, and yet we have built those same barriers around our own heart. It has not only prevented others from coming close, it has prevented me coming close to my own self. So the first surgery procedure is to remove this old self-image of my body, of my status, of my beauty, of my wealth, and replace it with the awareness of my spiritual self. First, I begin to accept myself as I am, and that my original state is pure. When I'm able to go beyond all the layers of false identity, I can begin to heal deeply. I can develop loving feelings for my true, authentic self. Those feelings begin to emerge from within my heart. So, what's the second surgery procedure? And that is opening my heart to the love of God. The heart became so fragile and sensitive because I felt I was not lovable. I could not accept love from anyone, especially God, because I did not feel worthy. And now that I have completed my open heart surgery and remove all the blockages, the barriers that I have put up, now I can receive God's love. Sometimes I like to sit quietly and allow myself to be loved by God. I put away all other thoughts aside. God's love is such a tonic that it makes a weak heart strong, a broken heart whole, an empty heart full, and a closed heart to open up. Because God's true love is the love that always exists. This love has never left us, will never leave us. But we have put up walls. And now we have broken down the walls and we are recipient of God's unconditional, unlimited love. And there's still yet a third surgery procedure. Giving and taking love from others. Giving to others and opening ourselves to receive love from others. When my relationship with my own heart is strong and the heart of God feels close, I have the foundation to care not only for my own heart in any situation, not only to maintain my own heart, but to interact with others and help them to heal their heart also. After going through your procedures, all three of them, opening up your own heart and begin to love the self, opening up your heart to receive God's pure, divine, powerful love, and opening your heart to receive love from others. Then the question is, how do I maintain a healthy, happy, contented heart? So in my heart maintenance toolkit, I carry some special tools that can help maintain my own heart and the hearts of others. Before I begin any maintenance procedure, I need to decide which tools will be most effective in each situation. It is suggested, if possible, to have a few moments of silence to discriminate clearly the procedure and the tools required. When interacting with others, first of all, in few moments of silence, I clearly discern what approach I should take and the manner in which I take it and the tools which I need to use. And one of the tools in the heart maintenance kit is the detachment tool. This tool is essential to any heart maintenance kit. To be truly loving, I must be detached. Does that sound contradictory? When I am dependent, I am affected and influenced by those I am dependent on. When I am dependent, I am affected and influenced by those I am dependent on. Every word or facial expression can affect my mood. So this is why dependency can hurt my heart. When I use this tool of detached involvement, my love and support can be constant, regardless of the moods of others. So the detachment tool is necessary to have at all times if I want to maintain an honest, pure, happy, and contented heart. The good wishes tools, a second necessary tool, is the good wishes tool. Do I have this tool in my maintenance kit? This tool is incredibly versatile and can fix most hearts. The good wishes tool. When I realize that the foundation of positive relationships are good feelings, this tool can fix criticism and mistrust. And it can help open hearts that have been closed. For the tool to be effective, good wishes tool to be effective, I need to learn to see the positive qualities in each other. I make a commitment to maintain positive vision and to only see those positive qualities regardless of their fluctuation. So the good wishes tool is necessary to let the heart continue to flow. The forgiveness tool is a third and also extremely effective tool. With this tool, I can clear away the past, all the rubbish of the past. I can remove it with forgiveness tool. It can dissolve all rusty feelings and clear the air. As soon as the forgiveness tool is applied, it instantly relieves heart pain, bitterness, perceptions that I hold on to of the past and of people. So the forgiveness tool relieves me of all past hurt. This tool works best with broken hearts that just can't let go of feelings of anger and resentment. So do I keep always readily available my forgiveness tool? And then there is still more tools needed in my heart maintenance kit. The respect tool. This tool works best with heavy hearts, hearts of people that carry the weight of many mistakes and failures, who feels burdened by their own incompetence. And when we just cannot see the beauty in our own heart, this respect tool comes in handy. The powerful self belief is that I am unlovable. And as a result, there is no self respect. Such hearts expect others not to love or like them. So the respect tool rekindles self value. When we show respect to everyone, but especially those souls who lack self worth and self respect, we help them to rekindle self value, and they begin to remove the heaviness, the burden. And yet, finally, there's one more important tool, and that is the meditation tool. It is an essential tool in any heart maintenance kit. When the users know how to apply it, they become the master of looking after their own heart. So when we learn the art of meditating, we become master of maintaining our own loving heart. This tool shows us how to regularly check our own heart and see that the flow of true love in and out is regular. So meditation empowers my own heart, fill my own heart with love. And that love flows beyond me. First, it flows into every vein and influences every cell in my body. And then it flows out into the atmosphere and touch the lives of so many in a positive way. It enables others to receive love as well. So the need to meditate so that I check to see that I am always in that state of being a loving soul and that my love is flowing, it's radiating, it's vibrating, it is influencing the atmosphere, it is helping to change our world. So my heart maintenance program, this ongoing heart maintenance program, needs a healthy diet and regular exercise. A healthy diet that consists of a balanced consumption of positive and loving thoughts and feelings. I need to be careful not to consume the fatty thoughts of negative self-talk that can clog my heart flow. So exercise for my heart consists of giving love to others. If I do this exercise daily, giving love to others, it will help maintain my own heart. When I learned the art of heart maintenance, I will be able to experience a happy and fulfilling life. A healthy, happy, and contented heart is loved by God and are loved by all. God's love is our property, our inheritance. To experience God's love is to constantly also experience the company of God. Once I can experience God's love, I can also experience his companionship. The two go hand in hand. You will constantly have the experience of being a destroyer of obstacles and an embodiment of solution. Now, when someone loves another, they are willing to break free of any bondage that society, family puts in front of them. They can scale the highest fence to reach that one whom they love. There are many stories in the scriptures in which someone who has so much love for God and the family was distracting her, not wanting her to spend so much time with God. So they tried and tried to remove her love for God. And at one point, according to the story, they gave her poison. And she drank that poison in the love for God, and it became nectar, the sweetest thing. Whether it's a story, whether it's a metaphor, it just helps us to understand that we can become destroyers of obstacles, an embodiment of solution when we experience God's love. The more love I experience from God, the more I will be able to stay in His company. One very powerful thought we can entertain at all times in our awareness, and that is, I am a soul loved by God and loved by the world. This one awareness can make me the one who has a right to all attainments from God. We all know that in all languages, after God, there's never been anything written more about other than the subject of love. In all languages, beside God, the next subject is the subject of love. There has never been anything written more about any other subject but of love. It has been written about, talked about, sung, and reminisced by human beings. In human life, love is the pinnacle experience, and God is love. How fortunate I am to have both God's love and God's company. It's very accurate that I have stopped exactly 8:30 without even looking at the clock. I get that feeling it's now time to bring this session to an end. I hope that the insight tonight helps you to recognize that love is a natural quality. It's the natural nature of the human being. We were born to love rather than to hate. And we are fortunate, blessed, that we are connected and we have an eternal relationship with the one who is the ocean of love. God's love is eternal, imperishable, unconditional, authentic, and altruistic, wanting nothing in return. And so let's open our heart to receive God's love and make my heart such a place that anyone else can also sit in my heart. Just like when a child feels the need for safety and security, the child runs and lies in the lap of his mother and father and know that it feels safe being there. This is an open invitation tonight to remember that you're a child of God. And as your mother and father, you're entitled to swim, to sit in God's heart, to sit on God's heart throne, and to feel safe, protected, and loved. Thank you very much. And let me say once again, Om Shanti, greetings of peace. Have a good night. Just to remember,